So timestamps do exist in a very general form, but if you didn't see the beta patch notes, because if you notice in the top right, I was on 0.99.1, because there was a hotfix before I even got to make a video on it, is that, hey, as it turns out, oops, I didn't actually mean to do this, too late, but yeah, there was the main quote-unquote balance fixed was that basically HP values for our players or allies can no longer go above 999 million, can no longer go to values that are very, very high, and I've seen it, so yeah, that's and if you haven't seen it, don't worry about it, but otherwise, let's go. I didn't even see what card I transformed, but there is a strategy I want to try out, and I'll be employing it within the next few videos because we'll see if it works. I mean, obviously you still want to think, but the theory is I'm just going to blow up my deck. And the reason for that, while also paying attention, because keeping in mind we have the Soul Fish, so I need to get rid of the status cards, so preferably Exhaust, but it's not always guaranteed, though we did get Burning Pact just now. Yeah, I'm still going to blow up my deck, so the chances of drawing what I want is a lot higher, is the theory behind what I'm trying to do. But, let's see, do I want to take... Watch me get rid of Defend and actually get permanent Defend upgrades. By that, I mean there's a very specific Ancient who gives all of your basic Defend actions the ability to upgrade by 1 every time they're used. That run, so I did a run previously like that, and it would have worked if not for the fact that I made mistakes, as I often do. But let's swerve to the right, go back left, and take heed as to what happens. So we're going to upgrade in this rest area, probably going to be Bash, could be Infernal Blade, yeah, probably going to be Infernal Blade, actually. And into the Elite we go. I don't have any AoE, so yeah, I really hoped it wasn't. Now, that being said, I do need to be able to block still, and also getting Whirlwind is nice, but we're not in an AoE encounter. I will say that... do I just go all out? I'm going to go all out. I will say that just using Whirlwind by itself can still be a little oof, but most of the time, especially when you get a lot of energy, it turns out you one-shot a lot of AoE encounters, including elites. But including elites, can my OBS not hurt me? So we have 2 turns to deal a lot of damage, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but we'll try our best. Yeah, if we can't get out next turn, I am going to be quite sad, because this, yeah, we will die if we don't get out. So, keeping in mind that we do need AoE, would also like block, so if we're going to be exhausting cards, Evil Eye, otherwise, this is not the strategy you should be employing, it's just what I'm going through for myself, and I think there's not really much else. Yeah, just rest, because I don't have anything to back me up in case things go terribly wrong. Now, do I want to take a second elite in a row? Probably not, with my deck still relatively full of strikes and defends, which often results in a lot of pain. So, we're not going to do what I just said. That being said, we're still going to be taking damage here and there, even if we have Burning Blood, but hey. You know what? I'll actually bludgeon this so that I can get out. Pillage, exhaust cards. I mean, it's not always going to be guaranteed that I exhaust what I need, but it would be nice just to have the ability to. That's kind of the theory of what I'm trying to go for. So I think actually Bash. I would do Burning Pact, but until I get Bloodletting or anything else really, Offering or Bloodletting, yeah, I'm not going to try and draw more cards for the moment. Now, am I going to get the 600 gold? Depends on whether or not I survive that long. Pillage, Expect to Fight, Tremble Vicious. I would like Expect to Fight. I would just barely be off, so I'm going to take Pillage and remove a card instead. Remove a strike this time. And into our second elite. And it is AoE City. So, we can Anger immediately. I'm going to just hit the one in front first. And if we could get something, that would be nice. If we can't, if we don't, sadness happens. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I'll block for the moment. But we do need to defeat these things quickly because their strength is slowly scaling. But it is nice to block everything. Now, do I get anything else? The answer is no. So, I think we shoot for the one that's buffing, or someone who's blocking, but I don't get to do a lot this turn, so whoopsie doopsie. AoE. Did I get an AoE card? I don't even remember. But anyway, we can rush one. Now this does mean I take damage, but I'm just gonna be trying to cycle my anger. While we take 16 damage in the face. So, bash, anger, spread out the anger. Don't have any blocks, so just continue using anger. Next turn, though, this one, the gardener in the back should be gone. The one in the front, on the other hand, does survive, so it's time to block. And suddenly, we're very hurt again, so shrug. The other indirect way of dealing with cards you don't want in your deck, like what the Soul Fash is going to give us, is to just bloat your deck, but, yeah. 28 HP, random skill. No, I'm not going to survive like this, am I? I'm not going to be that confident. That being said, everything I do beforehand would certainly help with not resting and upgrading instead, but Tear Asunder. Nice. I got nothing for that. Well, you might as well use it, I suppose. Yeah, might as well do everything. But we do need to get out at some point. Let's drink the skill potion. Would I like the block? I would, actually. And then bash, deal as much damage as possible while taking HP. But we get more damage out of it, so that's the important part. So Burning Pact, hey, back into something else. Well, is this going to be more damage? 9, 7, 15. Yeah, this is going to be more damage, I'm pretty sure. We lose another card that we don't need to use, but we do need to get out of this encounter soon. So, Tear Asunder, Taunt, Anger, Tear Asunder for what it's worth, and we are slowly going to be in pain. So, if we don't get out soon, it's going to be not great for us. I know it's ethereal, but we're just hitting it to apply vulnerability and to get as much damage as possible. So, bash, strike, hope for the best. Should have actually cindered if I knew. Yeah, we shouldn't need any more vulnerability. What we do have, however, are angers to speed this fight up. I'm still taking damage in the face, but we can speed this up. Pillage, Tear Asunder. Is this enough? I think it's 7 times 6 is 42. Math. Now what do I get? Cruelty, Demon Form, Thrash. I would like Thrash. I like taking Demon Form, but that's me. But I actually want to complete a run, so let's take Thrash. I feel like people who take Thrash have a lot more success with the Ironclad. I mean, the Ironclad is the only one who can take Thrash normally, but let's just go. We're gonna get a pumpkin hat. I call it a pumpkin hat, but it's not really a pumpkin hat. Remove 4 cards when you shuffle. Add Soot. Upgrade 4 cards. 4 Wax Relics. Leftmost Wax Relics will melt away. I don't like the top 2, so I guess we'll finally work with Wax Relics. Gain 6 block on a power. Oh, these are basically relics, but they are only gonna exist temporarily. So, are we confident? I'm gonna go right. Let's go right. Bugs. Thrash, Anger, Cinder, Pillage. Anger... Pillage, and get nothing. So we can't block this. I might as well just do damage then. Probably should have actually thrashed. No, because we're not going to get to draw our cards again. So, Unrelenting, Strike. Oh, goodness, Pain. Please give me a... Yeah, I was about to say, please give me an attack. Bludgeon. And over to the right we go. Now, we can't one-shot anything with Bludgeon in the second act onward, but the whole point is that we feel a lot better about ourselves. We're going to defend here, by the way. On a tangent note, drawing through our deck would allow us to get back to Anger and Thrashes much more quickly, but, yeah, that's not what's happening, is it? So, Bash, Inferno Blade, Mangle, and Pillage. And nothing. I probably just drew an anger there and didn't realize, but, well, too late. Juggling. Juggling Thrash. That's normally what I would use juggling for. Yeah, let's take actually a power card this time. I don't think I took a power card. Why did OBS cut me off? Yeah, I took Thrash, which is an attack. 3 Knucklebinder cards, 3 Regent, 3 Silent. I personally would just choose Regent to feel cool, but we're gonna take we'll take Regent. Why not? So, stars do nothing for me. So, yeah, that's really, really strange. We can get a better block, upgraded, sure. Unless we get something that, yeah, I mean, that costs stars. So, I guess that's all we can take. Gain 30 gold. Nah, every 3 skills you play on your turn, put this in your hand. We could end up using it because there's no way we're using... Yeah, I guess that's the kind of the pitfall to Regent, at least, is that, yeah, if we don't have ways to generate stars, can we even generate stars? I guess we're going to find out. So, we don't have skills to use, but it is free damage. So, first bash... Break through. Never mind. I don't have enough energy. I'm going right out of my mind. So, to the next turn we go. Gather light. We do get block for it. Okay, it does add stars. That's, from a game design and developer's perspective, that is a nice touch. I mean, obviously, if you design something with that other characters can use, you will likely have designed a way. Also, that comes from the discard pile. I completely forgot. But something to know. And you've seen this before in my co-op videos. If you haven't watched my co-op videos, you will have seen the fact that Osti can appear next to a non-Necrobinder character. That's all I'm trying to say. Hey, bloodletting. Expect to Fight is actually quite good too, in my opinion, but we did not take that. So, this is a fight. Well, I think we're just gonna try to rush one. In fact, I can pop another strength potion and hope for the best, because if we draw, yeah, anger or something, it will be nice. Another anger, that's nice, because we have the triple R, copy the 3rd attack done in a turn, so that we take less damage. Now we get debuff for our trouble, but if we destroy this Decimillipede, we'll be fine. And that's what Bludgeon's for. So, on top of anger, of course, the anger does help. I want to take block. Were we finding the Insatiable? I do like applying Vuln, but then we run into an... Well, let's take one Molten Fist. And then we'll be on our way. I should just take Shiny, but I didn't. So, let's... I would have liked to bash. We don't have to use Juggling here. I want to, but we're not going to. So off we go. Maybe we get Bludgeon. We do get Bludgeon. We don't get much else, though. So, this is still going to be more damage. We don't have stars. Blech. And we toss this on the mob, so we don't take as much damage. Bloodletting, Evil Eye, Gather Light. Man, no attacks this turn. Well. So be it, I suppose. That makes me kind of sad, because we would have been able to if we had just gotten enough. Like, even this turn would have been more than great. But we didn't get it. Actually, is it gonna matter? Take Thrash, because Thrash will get me out. Unfortunately, yeah, okay, we will get Thrash. Hey, we have Pillage. We can plan our draws after using Headbutt. That being said, I'm still going to bloat the deck, because we still have Strikes and Defense that if we just draw during a turn, it's going to be really, really painful, I promise. But, as OBS continues cutting me off, because why not, out of curiosity, where... it was already upgraded. I was trying to look for the Regent card, but, eh. So... Bludgeon, Thrash, Evil Eye. I'm sure there's there is an always pick here, but I'm just going to take Thrash. And let's get our gold. Dig! It disappears, alright? Out of curiosity? It does. But, yeah, Gather Light was already upgraded, but I think it just increases block. Anyway, into the rest site I go. Let's see if we can upgrade anything else. I probably should actually just heal, but... choosing not to. Make it so, set up strike, pillage. Maybe I just rest here. Because I'm me? Bludgeon's also nice. 10... Extra 10, that actually means... I'm trying to think. I could also upgrade Anger. I do like upgrading Anger too, but... Let's see, how many elites? So we're going to go into another rest stop. Unless I go to the merchant. If that's the case, yeah, let's rest here. I want to visit the merchant. We have the gold. We have the power, kind of. Here is the infested prism, and we hope for the best. So... This is going to be interesting because, yeah, we only get 1 star per block, so it's not like we can even use the star cost card that we have, but hey, man, this makes me a little sad. Don't have Vuln, help! Yeah, so we clone the card and then sit here. 3rd attack clones. Unfortunately, we don't have any other damage, but we'll deal. We could, theoretically... You know what? Yeah, we're not going to alignment again. I don't think it's going to happen. So let's just block as much as we can and be happy with our lives. Bash is coming on this last hand, isn't it? I mean, at this point, is it even worth it? Let's Inferno Blade first. Oh my goodness. Well, just Bludgeon, I guess. Sword Boomerang is free. Might as well use it. But, oh, that's why I had extra energy, because that every time you hit it for the first turn, Thrash. Oh, it ate my Thrash. I should have known better than that. Well, actually, it was gambling anyway, so... would have been nice to be something else other than me. There's Bludgeon again. That makes me a little sad to see. Wow! Really? We can get out of this, right? I was about to say. Flame Barrier, Stomp. I do like Stomp. I know I don't have a lot of blocks, so this could be really, really bad for me. But if we go into this merchant and then do the thingy-majiggy, we should be fine. Axe and... Drum. Let's just buy a lot of cards. Why not? We'll even buy a Whirlwind, and then let's see what else. Up to 10 block persists across turns. You know what? At this point... by 5 this combat when played. Does it keep increasing? I'm gonna take that. Although I should have actually taken block, but it's fine. Let's find out. Not an AoE. Okay, good. Kind of. I mean, it could be really, really bad for me still, but hey. Now that being said, we're probably just gonna end up taking a lot of damage, I just realized, but Bludgeon. Bludgeon for 27 HP, and then we have Self-Forming Clay to give us block. Give me some vulnerability, thank you, and... Drum of Battle, we drew Dazed. I mean, that means we won't have Dazed for the next turn, which is kind of nice, but... Hey, we lose our exhaust card, but then because we exhausted the card, we can do this. Pillage for a lot of attacks, please. Thank you. Well, strikes and defends the turn, the sequel. My goodness, please. Can we get out this turn? Not when we draw like this. Please. So close. Okay, good. I was about to say, I would please clone the card and don't do anything weird. Inferno. You know what? Why not? Again, we're just taking cards. Probably should have just taken multi-hit, by the way. Perfected Strike, Pommel, more Anger, Armament. Armaments, you know what? Let's just grab some block, finally, with our lives. We are the Insatiable, so I don't think I'll survive long enough without resting. So we're gonna rest. And on we go. Juggling Breakthrough. Yeah, we can get a 3rd attack. That makes me a little sad. Yeah, I know I have to frantically escape, but let's find out. Can I please get a vulnerability card? No, the answer is no. So, instead, we just sit here and block, I guess. We will try to run, but man, I should have actually True Grit Evil Eye. In fact, it exhausted my Evil Eye, so never mind what I just said. Well, Bludgeon, be happy with our lives, take 28 damage in the face, but if we live with 20 or more HP, we should be fine. Bash Molten Fist or Inferno. I know we're slowly getting closer. How many frantic escapes do we have left? Not many. So actually we do need to frantic escape. And we hope for the best. Drum of Battle. Bloodlet. Inferno. Twin Strike. Anger. Cinder. Thrash packs in, make it so. Yeah, let's just use everything actually. So, let's forego block for now. Make it so. Packs and block Cinder, and then there goes our Thrash, I think. Was it? I feel like it was. Yeah, it was. Probably shouldn't have done that now that I realize, but wanted to use everything I had. So, this is an interesting turn. Let's hope we draw Frantic Escape, otherwise sadness happens. Or we just get a big bludgeon turn, but that's not guaranteed. So, if we take more damage in the face, we did get Frantic Escape. The problem is we are not able to block everything, so we'll do our best. That's not enough still. Pain! That's 33 block. So, we do get to do this. The unfortunate part is I still don't think we get out because we don't have enough damage. This makes me so sad. Please, please give me something. I know we have vulnerability, so there's no way I die here, right? Oh my sweet goodness. I for a moment I did think. 5 Terra Sunder offering, unmovable offering. Although I think I'm missing things. Queen, so get rid of the ad ASAP. Question mark. First card you play is played in extra time, extra energy, but no powers. Please. Start turn, add random attack, costs 0. Because I'm working with powers, we'll go Throwing Axe. And I guess we see what happens. So we're going to go to the right side and play it a little safe, because I'm missing a lot of HP, and it hurts. But we can also thrash twice and feel kind of cool, because that's a lot of damage. The unfortunate part is that we don't get it back unless we use Headbutt or something. So as we take 10 damage overall, let us find out. So that... Bludgeon, get out. If I run into max HP bugs, I will experience a bit of a problem. But until that happens, I don't know if that was the best pick. That probably wasn't a good pick, but I can't figure out how to use Rampage. Hey, but speaking of, so I don't want to juggle twice, so instead I'm going to Cinder twice. We lose our offering for it, but worse things have happened. So, strike and sit here. That was a third attack, but we didn't have any other attacks at the moment. I am going to forget from time to time, but still. So, exhaust, we get to forget in ritual. We also get the anger into our whirlwind. That's what I was trying to build up into. Rampage, Sword Boomerang, Molten Fist. Now, the point of these cards like Rampage is that they eventually come back. Sometimes they don't, though, so I guess we just take Sword Boomerang and be happy with our lives. Stomp is removed. No. Make it so is removed. You know what? So be it. Make it so. The irony. The double irony. And let's divine a whole bunch. Because we have the cards. We have the power. Yeah. 2, 3. Let's try not to curse ourselves, by the way. But I think there, yeah, 2 divinations remain, gold, and we, oh, that was the curse. I thought, I was like, I'm going absolutely insane. Well, hey, Primal First, Hellraiser, nope, Thrash. I mean, the strikes, funny enough, that is quite helpful, having strikes played, so basically you don't play them, and effectively they deal double damage if you decide to use a strike. But, as we sit here and find out what we want to use, probably want to upgrade Offering, funny enough. We'll try to rest after this next elite, but yeah, we'll take this enemy and go to the left and hope we survive long enough and hope that nothing else bad happens. I haven't reached Act 3 many times. Is that apparent? Anyway. Double Thrash, by the way. Juggling. Can I do a thing? We have extra energy, and I don't feel like taking 18 damage. So we're going to do our best. And bash. I think we'll be out soon. So we're going to instead block a lot. I mean, no point upgrade. I should have actually armament first, but I went crazy. Thrash, double thrash, pain. Lots of pain. So, Burning Pact again. Why not? Just to draw more cards, maybe. Especially if we have more energy to use, but not yet. Whenever an enemy dies, gain energy and draw one card. And then our last Wax Relic is finally running out. And we have a Spectre to deal with. So, Infernal Blade first. Set up Strike. Fight me, and then let's Twirly Whirl. That might not be worth it. I'm actually going to use a thing. We don't have any energy, so whoopsie doopsie. Let's actually hope we draw some energy. I'm gonna make a play here. Not really. Okay, we did get Offering, so back in we go. What do I actually want to do though? Inferno. Let's get rid of the Spectral Knight first, if possible. Then we defend as much as we can. By that, I mean we can't defend anymore. We're still taking a lot of damage, but it's less than what we would have taken. What we would have taken. Now that being said, Pax and Armament first, then upgrade Pax and or Evil Eye. But we're not taking any damage. That's why I did what I did. Yeah. Yeah. Use the third card. Use every turn. Thank goodness I'm counting here and there. Thunderclap, you know, against the Queen, maybe it is helpful. I mean, it's 14 damage overall, but yeah, you know what? Let's take Thunderclap. And now we rest, because I want more HP. I want to fight. We also have 3 enemies in a row, one of them being an elite. So, here's the Thunderclap. I know they have the thingamajiggy, but we can Thunderclap twice, right? Question mark? Yeah. The game stopped for a moment, so I got scared. Juggling. Strike. Set up Strike again. Inferno, Evil Eye. And now we find out if we get any more damage. Oh my goodness, let me draw cards. So, Cinder, Molten. No, I think just Molten Fist. Is this worth it? Let's actually stop and think for a moment. 18 damage. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. We can block it all, actually. So, you know what? I'm going to also make a call here and just exhaust it. Okay, well, that... Maybe we needed to draw, but the fact that I got weakened by doubt, yeah, maybe I should have thought differently. Well, too late now. Mangle 1, get energy, as much as it matters, and then Twirly Whirl. What is weak when you deal a lot of damage? Not a lot of damage, but hit an enemy many times. Headbutt, by the way, for Thrash. And then we also Thrash again. No attack cards. I might actually just want to Gather Light here. Yeah, I'm going to Gather Light. Because we're going to be in here while anyway. So you know what? Elites. Oh, my sweet goodness. Well, we don't need to buffer first, so we're going to Colorless Potion as well. Can we draw cards? The answer is no. This is free, right? Yeah, it is. This will be about 45 damage minimum over the course of this encounter, and we could block again, but no reason to. Whee! Look at him go! Anyway, so first 3 attacks. I did use a Thrash, so let's do some thingamajiggies. It's probably going to be the best time to throw our Flex Potion. And then Headbutt, Thrash, so we can get it back. We have another Headbutt, but we don't need another one at the moment, because all we're here for is Thrash. Here are the burns, by the way. And if I could deal some things, or apply vulnerability, that would be great. Let's get rid of a burn. The answer is no, but we can still do what we can. I could Whirlwind once just to be funny, but instead we're going to break through, try to deal damage. We have Debt as well, so whoopsie doopsie. And let's hope that this Thrash doesn't get rid of the thing. It would be really nice. Okay, it didn't. So we get to Thrash again. And we just sit here and do nothing. We take the burns. Oh, my gold! Please! And now, Inferno Blade, Iron Wave, Molten Fist, and then Pillage. To see what we get. Bloodletting, Pillage again. I mean, all we have are Strikes and Defense. So, time for a Buffer Potion. I know he has Artifact, but it's an attack we do. We might as well do it. Buffer that. I hope I didn't just go crazy, by the way. Exhaust one card, so we can Forgotten Ritual. And I think we just throw out a yeah, I think we just throw out a Bulletin. Sorry, I was gonna say Bulletin. Why did I say Bash? It was in my hand. Can you blame me? Anyway. Oh, the Boulder. Pommel Strike, Demon Form. I would like to Demon Form twice. That would be interesting. So I'm gonna take it. My one little selfish play could have actually lost me the run here. But until weirder things happen, Inferno Blade, twice. Fight me, Whirlwind? Oh my goodness. Well. I don't want to Whirlwind twice, but I don't want to give this any strength either. I guess we're gonna have to. So, it has plating, but might as well try to deal damage with the turn we have. That being said, I would like energy here. The answer is no. So instead of a... Actually, let's hope Thrash takes Bludgeon. It did. I could have actually double Thrash as well, but let's hope we get Headbutt, maybe? Well, we do have Bloodletting. Setup Strike, Breakthrough, Thrash twice. Thrash twice. Grit. Sit here. Now 41 damage. And now 41 damage, sorry. Well, here's hoping. We can Molten Fist first. Give me Offering, please. No. So close. Oh, look at him run. But anyway, there's my Offering, by the way. Don't need it anymore. Thank you for your work. Goodbye. And then Fiend Fire in case I just want to shorten the deck. Yeah, so we're definitely healing. And I'm pretty sure this is a matter of me messing up. But let's get our Queen run back. I'll show you what I mean later. Oh my sweet goodness. I guess I'll juggle twice. Why not, right? That's a sentence to say. But then we can Gambler's Brew and look for some actual setup here, whether it's a power or otherwise. And the answer is nothing. So, yeah. Might as well. We have nothing else we can do with our energy. And oh, that's right. It picks it for you immediately. Oh, my sweet goodness. Why did my draw have to be like this? No! I hate it here. Well, Burning Pact first. These are bound, so not much point holding on to them. Sadness, and a lot of... I'm actually going to Pillage. Okay, we finally get something, but we don't get to block a lot anyway, so do our best with what we've got. And the Queen is going to start hurting us soon, so I really need to get something started. Do we have Thrash, by the way? I thought we did. We did not. Why do I live like this? Why? Well, we are going to headbutt first Drum of Battle. Let's take some scaling. I know we're going to get slapped here really hard, but... we need a good turn. We need a good turn of draws and energy, and that did not happen. So, just pain and suffering. Well, it was nice knowing everyone. I guess pain happens again. I'll see you on a later date. But anyway, as a piece of the Ironclad gets added to the Queen's collection, woo! Let's go on. Yeah, so just to show you my previous run with this, and you can see the current run right here. Yeah, my previous run went the same way. Queen. 66 damage, 5 turns, as opposed to 52 damage in 4 turns, and then we used the potion as well. Yeah, the last run we went into the Queen with no potions and no pick-me-ups. In fact, you can see all the relics on the list. It's really nice looking at this, if for no other reason than looking at data. Now, this run didn't actually take 2 hours, by the way, as we're sitting at the end screen. I just went out to do some real-life stuff and then came back pretty much 2 hours later. But, as we sit here, and this was on 98.3, whereas opposed to we're on the beta now. on 99.1. Not really much else to say. If you have anything to say, you know what to do. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!